Suppose 22 travelers are asked which country have he/she last visited before arriving in Hong Kong. Since it may not be convenient to deal with more than 150 countries in the world, we could group the data into various continents like Asia, Europe, Africa, America, and Oceania. This is the simplest way of explaining what a group data is. Wouldn't it just be amazing if we also knew how to figure out the arithmetic mean of a group data? It would. Well, let's get down to it then, shall we? Now, as you all know, group data can be of two types. And just like for the arithmetic mean of an ungrouped data, which we discussed in our previous video, a group data also has a direct method, the formula for which will be the same for both types of group data. Let's apply this formula for the first time. In the question shown on the left here, we're given the number of heads on the toss of a coin and their frequencies. Our first order of business is to sum the frequency and multiply the result by each observation. We'll note down the results in a new column labeled fx. Boom. Now, add up all the values of this column. It's real simple now. Substitute both the sums in the formula and get the arithmetic mean for this group data having a discrete frequency distribution. Now look, since the data is discrete, it's only fair that the mean value should also be discrete. I mean, we can't have 2.45 heads now, can we? We'll round it off to 3 heads. Well, that was fairly easy, don't you think? Let's now use the same direct method on a continuous frequency distribution. Here, we're given a continuous frequency distribution showing the weights of toffee boxes in grams along with the sum of frequency. What we don't have is the sum of fx. We can get that too in no time. For that, we'll make another column labeled x, which will include the midpoint of all the classes or intervals. We all know how to do that. After that, simply multiply each mid value with its corresponding frequency to get fx, which will then give us the sum of fx. Time to substitute. And there we have it. We got the mean. Since the data was continuous, we don't have to go out of our way to round off the mean. So we're good. I feel like something's missing. What can it be? Yes, the indirect or shortcut method. Let's now use both the formulas of the indirect method to find the arithmetic mean of a continuous frequency distribution. Now, this question here asks us to apply the short method on the same data we just used. This can't be too hard, can it? We even have the midpoint column for it, so that's a plus. However, we do have to draw another column D, where each midpoint x is subtracted by an assumed average value, which is given to us as 34.5. That's not all. We have to draw another column U, where we divide each value of D by the class size, which is 10 here. Check and check. Now that we have D and U, multiply all their values with F to get F into D and F into U respectively into separate columns. And of course, their sums as well. It's time to put all these pieces of the puzzles together in both the formulas of the indirect method. Hey, isn't this the same mean we got using the direct method? It is, which is how it should be. And that's a wrap. It's your time to shine now and spread your knowledge of arithmetic mean with your friends. Good luck.